Hey guys, Doom here. This is more unscripted Warbond news. There's a new Warbond coming out July 17th, so this gives me a bit of time to play this Warbond before Wildgate releases on the 22nd, but I'm going to get into the Helldivers stuff for this video. Um, this is another experimental Warbond, and I've seen the trailer a little bit, but I want to go through the blog post first and just pick apart some stuff and then actually see the video again. It seems like it's all alien tech R&D themed. Kind of reminds me of the old Arc Warbonds, how they did those. First, I want to start up with the variable, which, when listed in the blog, says it fires three different modes: auto, select, and auto, volley, and total. And when I was looking at a Reddit post, I was able to find the actual post from Alexis where it has 7 barrels, 7 rounds per each. So you can either fire off automatic fire or volley fire of 7 rounds, or just fire off 49 rounds in one single hit, which is ridiculous. I don't know what kind of penetration the variable is going to have. I really haven't figured that one out yet. But that seems like a really hilarious meme gun because it also sounds like total fire looks like it knocks you back and knocks you down from the trailer. So that will be a really derpy gun to just total fire all the time. Secondly, was the arc grenade. This is one that I thought was going to be really obvious. This was like a shoe-in, like could have been in the last Warbond type stuff. This is just what it seems like. It's an arc grenade. It's dangerous. Bounces and discharges electricity. So what is this, like a bouncy grenade in addition to the fact of an electric grenade? It sounds absolutely terrifying. So the first gun, more of a meme gun, gonna be really silly, really fun. Who knows? Maybe it makes for a good like default AR, because there's times where you need to, for example, the volley fire might be good for, say, when you've got a stalker on you. So you take this gun, you just fire an automatic for most targets, and then you see some stalkers coming, like predator strain stalkers, and you just swap to volley and you just use it like a shotgun, because that's essentially what it is. And total fire would only make sense for like something that's extremely fleshy, like say you're fighting a flesh mob. You just dump the entire ammo pool out. And that's one surefire way to kill it. The next up here is the one that I think I'm really going to like the most. It is a heavy plas weapon, and we don't have a heavy plas weapon yet. I mean, the Quasar's kind of in that category, but this is going to be like a heavy railgun, essentially. A heavy plasma railgun. It says it's plasma focused in a spear and can explode when overcharged. No safe mode is available. So people are going to quickly explode themselves with it, and this is going to be... So we've got the I'm ragdolling myself backwards. We've got the I'm sorry I electrocuted you with my grenades. And then we've got the I blew myself up with my Plas 45. This weapon, I'm really excited for the Plas 45. I think that's right up my alley. That's just like the gameplay of the Plas 45 Epoch looks like the gameplay of the Purifier. And I really like the Purifier and the Loyalist, and I can find use for those with a hover pack, so I'm already excited for this weapon. This is going to be the one that I want out of here. Now, we've also got, finally, a laser sentry. This was another shoe-in one that they could have released anytime. It's one of those, like, obvious, put it in the game already stratagems. And it seems like it allows for infinite firing, but the heat sinks that cool it down stop when the cooldown is active. So essentially after it's probably what is the normal ammo pool time for a turret will probably expend, it'll start overheating itself. So it does have a giant heat sink, but if it continually fires, it's just gonna explode, which is still gonna be cool. It's still gonna be cool. It's still gonna be good. I'm really excited because this goes with the rocket sentry and the autocannon really well. That allows us to have 3 heavy turrets, which is going to make the all-turret builds just be absolutely devastating, especially on things like bugs. You take rocket sentry, autocannon, and a las turret, you've got some really good potential for heavy targets. And you just take like a machine gun turret or a Gatling to balance it out, and now you've got the chaff down, and you could do an all-sentry build. Super easy. Next up here is the warp pack stratagem. Now, trying to figure out what this did from the description didn't quite break it down perfectly. It sounds like you jump forward, you teleport, and it causes damage when you rematerialize in the new location. And multiple jumps are going to be, quote, inconvenient, you know. So then I jumped in. Once again, you can see the Reddit post here. Alexis goes on talking about how the first jump is safe, the next one has minor complications, the third has major, and you can wait between jumps to let it cool down. And they don't want people to travel big distances with it or keep jumping every second. So it's not going to be, you're not going to be blinking around the map nonstop. You're going to be actually timing these jumps because it's going to have a risk reward to it. Next up is the armor, which isn't fully explained in here. It's explained a little bit. It seems like it's all semi-arc themed to go with, you know, the game needing more arc armors, honestly, because the options for arc armors, this is the first Warbond. So you had the, I can't remember what it was, the other experimental laser one with all the arc armors in it. It's a really old Warbond. That was the 95% arc resistance armor, and that was the go-to for everybody. And then the Killzone stuff came out. Not everybody got a chance to buy the first page of the Killzone stuff. They gave away the second for free, but the second is light armor, and it only provides 50% electric resistance. These armors are going to be in the next Warbond and are going to provide 50% electric resistance. So this is going to allow players to have, I'm trying to see, did they have heavy for this? I haven't really looked at the actual page. Medium armor. And there's heavy armor. Okay, so you have heavy arc and medium arc with these benefits. The big thing it seems to have is the adrenal defibrillator, which revives you after you've died. And you'll continually lose health after activating it. So you die, you get revived, and then you're just bleeding health forever. But you're still alive. So that's the interesting concept behind that. So then the adrenal defibrillator armor also came, you know, from this post with Alexis that actually shows that it brings you back to life, pumps you full of stems, and given that you didn't lose a limb, because if you lose a limb, does that mean you're completely out? Because they can't bring you back to life if you're missing your head. The adrenal defibrillator can't bring you back if you're missing your head or your leg or your arm. So maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't think it will at that point because that's what he's describing here. But increased stem duration, and there it is, the 50% resistance to arc damage, which you really don't see in the blog post. So all in all, pretty good armors. I'm really interested to try out the Adreno defib, because stem duration and resistance to arc damage, you know, that's like from the medic armor, that's from like the Killzone armor. It's kind of a hybrid of those two little perks. I'd like to see other armors still get more perks, some of the older ones that are a little bit lagging behind. The 95% arc armor is the one where I'm always questioning, like, the validity of using that. It just doesn't have anything useful for, like, mainstay combat. If you run a pure random loadout and you end up running arc armor, 95%, it's like, it doesn't integrate with anything unless your team has arc weapons, which is an edge case, usually. So I'm going to pop in, I'm going to see this trailer again. I saw it earlier this morning. I was actually out with Mary. Get some quality here. So obviously hitting a charger with it. Regular auto fire. Just don't know what penetration the variable is. Kills the Spearer in one hit. And a Helldiver. Oh wow. It's a literal phase shift back. Oh my god. I didn't pay attention to him going through the charger the first time. So I want to see something. I'm gonna pop back. I'm gonna try to pop back to the Devastator scene here. So I want to see where the Devastator is being shot by the volley gun. It's right here. So what happens here? Where does he get shot at? Where's playback speed? 0.25. Play. Looks like he's aiming center mass, and I'm seeing deflections on the main armor, so that gun might be light pen, I mean, which wouldn't honestly surprise me. It'd be unfortunate if it is. If it's medium pin with all that damage. Doesn't really say. That's the thing. I don't really see it anywhere. Where's the Warbond page? Like, I usually got, like, the splash somewhere for it. Did I just not catch it? Hold on. I'll pop over to my Discord and see if they threw that around anywhere. Helldivers Discord. Announcements. Control group. What is this on? This is the Steam page. Does the Steam page show the Warbond? There we go. This is what I'm looking for right here. Yeah, it's the Arbor passive. Protect eardrums. It doesn't actually give you any info on the variable. That's probably the one I'm most curious about. I already know I'm gonna like the warp pad. I'm gonna like all the stratagems. And that's another thing that, like, at first, when the first game or the game first came out, they were more opposed to stratagems in Warbonds. Now they're starting to appear more often. But I think all in all, this is a pretty good Warbond. You got a new primary that's a decent primary. You got a new turret locked behind a Warbond. You got a cool backpack locked behind a Warbond. And you got a cool heavy weapon and a cool grenade all locked behind, and an armor set that's also really cool. This is the definition of, like, stuff they should make. This is new, interesting, and fun content, and the Warbonds support the game. So really excited to see they put some stuff that makes people want to go and grind for the Warbond, play the game, share the game, and get this new Warbond. And when is this supposed to come out? Oh, the 17th. That's right. Pop back over to this. Yep. July 17th. So I'll see you guys there. Try to get some footage of it between the 17th and the 22nd, because on the 22nd, I'm going to be posting out a bunch of Wildgate footage because I am really into that game as well. I'll see you guys later.